Next one, this question is bit big. Which of the following statement about DNA ligase is or are incorrect? DNA ligase is enzyme which requires 3' OH 5' P to seal the gap or to seal the nick by formation of phosphodiester bond between two adjacent nucleotides. So here option is P, it form a phosphodiester bond between a 5' hydroxyl and 3' phosphate in the duplex DNA. Now we can see here it forms a phosphodiester bond between 5' hydroxyl and 3' phosphate. At 5', what happened? At 5' there will be P, but at 3' there will be OH. So this one is incorrect. It requires a cofactor, either NAD or ATP, on the source of enzyme to provide the energy to form the phosphodiester bond. This one is true. All DNA ligase, whether it's E. coli DNA ligase or T4 coded DNA ligase, two type of DNA ligases are there. Both requires either NAD or ATP. It catalyzes its reaction by mechanism that involves the formation of covalently linked enzyme adenylate. This one is true. Phosphodiester, before phosphodiester bond formation, there should be covalently linked adenylate formation. It can catalyze its reaction by mechanism that involves the activation of DNA phosphate through the formation of phosphoanhydride bond with AMP. This one is true. Triphosphate bond formation or phosphodiester bond formation, this one is intermediate reactions. So these Q, R and S, these three are true so far DNA ligase is concerned. Only this P, it forms a phosphodiester bond between 5' hydroxyl. 5' always contain P and 3' OH. Then there will be possibility of formation of phosphodiester bond or repair of nick through DNA ligase. So this one is incorrect. P1 is incorrect. So answer is A. P1 is incorrect. Next one. To join together two Okazaki fragments during replication in E. coli, which of the following sets of enzymes are used? Again we consider it. This is question from lagging strand of DNA molecules. To join together two Okazaki fragments during replication in E. coli, which of the following sets of enzymes are used? Polymerase 1, 5' to 3' exonuclease, right? Polymerase 1, polymerase, yes. 5' to 3' exonucleolytic activity is needed, so it can remove the primer. And after removing the primer, if any incorrect nucleotide added, then this can be added by polymerase 1 again, and then this DNA ligase can seals the nick. So this first option looks correct. Polymerase third, 3' to 5' exonuclease, polymerase third and ligase, no. This polymerase third do not possesses 5' to 3' exonucleolytic activity, so it's become wrong. DNA agarase or polymerase third. This DNA agarase, sometime it is called topoisomerase second. It is responsible for negative supercoiling rather than joining Okazaki DNA fragments. So this one is wrong. Last one is SSB or single strand binding protein or polymerase 1 or ligase. This one is incorrect. Single strand binding SSB protein is present at the orishi. It doesn't have any role so far Okazaki fragment synthesis and their joining is concerned. So this one is okay. Polymerase 1, 5' to 3' exonucleolytic activity, synthesizing ability and joining of two Okazaki fragments together. So third option 1 is correct. Here we can see the function of the 3' to 5' exonuclease means removal of nucleotides at 5' ends of DNA molecules. DNA polymerase is to, first one, remove the 5' end of the polynucleotide strand that is attached to the template strand is being copied, is wrong. Remove the damaged nucleotide from the template strand during DNA synthesis is again wrong. Remove nucleotide from the ends of DNA molecules to ensure the generation of blunt ends. Blunt end means there will be no overhanging of bases, and this is not done by this enzyme. This is done by restriction enzyme or site specific endonuclease. So this one is again wrong. Last one, remove incorrect nucleotide from the newly synthesized strand of DNA. As I said you earlier, 5' to 3' activity, exonucleolytic activity of DNA polymerase 1 is beneficial because it can remove the incorrect nucleotides at one particular daughter strand. Mismatched nucleotides is added every 109 or 110 base pair at regular interval, and it is assignment of DNA polymerase to recognize those mismatched nucleotides and remove them. So D1 is right answer. Remove incorrect nucleotide from the newly synthesized strand of DNA. Now, this one is one of the question based on concept. The time required for an E. coli to divide is less than the time required to replicate its chromosome. Consider this questions once again. The time required for an E. coli to divide is less than the time required to replicate its chromosome. This is possible because of an abundance of enzymes required for replication. Abundance of enzymes, it doesn't have any specific role, presence of low or high number of enzymes at replication fork. It linearizes the chromosome and replicate from both sides is not true. Only one daughter cell receive the nuclear material, it's not true. Each and every daughter strand receive genetic material because half of the strand will be conserved, but again replicate and daughter strand will be synthesized. So one strand will be newer one, another one will be older one, but each daughter receive duplex complete set of genetic material. And the last one is of multiple replication fork. This is true. Multiple replication fork is responsible for completion of replication process faster. Therefore the time required for an E. coli to divide is less than the time required to replicate its chromosome. So multiple replication fork is responsible for that. Another one is the large clino fragments of E. coli DNA polymerase 1 contains which of the following activity? We know that this DNA polymerase, it's a big enzyme, approximately 1000 kilodaltons. And if we will do proteolytic cleavage, then we will get two DNA fragment, two polymerase fragments. One is larger one, which is called DNA polymerase 1, has 5' to 3' polymerizing activity as well as 5' to 3' exonucleolytic activity. But another smaller fragments, which is approximately 330 daltons, has lose the ability of 5' to 3' exonucleolytic activity but possesses polymerizing activity. So here reverse transcriptase activity and nick translation activity is wrong. Reverse transcriptase is actually done by a process through reverse transcription by reverse transcriptase, which are exclusively present in retrovirus and use messenger RNA as a template to form cDNA. Polymerase activity and 3' to 5' exonucleolytic activity. This one is true. Polymerase activity means it has 5' to 3'. It lose the activity of 5' to exonucleolytic activity of 5' to 3', but possesses polymerizing activity in 5' to 3'. While polymerase activity and nick translation for nick translation, again there is a need of 5' to 3' exonucleolytic activity, which is not present here, and 5' to 3' exonuclease activity, it's wrong. So this one is right. B, polymerase activity means first it will be synthesize the nucleotides in 5' to 3' direction, and then if error will be there, then it can remove the nucleotides in 5' to 3' direction. So next one, what would stop DNA replication in bacteria? This is concept based question and we can see it carefully. What would stop DNA replication in bacteria? P, addition of DNA polymerase inhibitors, addition of dideoxyribonucleotides. Here C option, instead of DNTPs, there will be DDNTPs. Then addition of laminin inhibitors and addition of actin inhibitors. Now we will have to select, more than one option is correct. So we will have to select which option is better, whether PNQ, QNR, RNS or PNS. Answer will be, here first we can see on Teletalk better. As we know that if we will see a structure of DNTPs, then in sugar we will find there will be OH group at 3 carbon atom. In normal DNTPs we will have to find 3' OH group, and therefore it is responsible for formation of what we call phosphodiester bond with next DNTPs. Okay, now if we remove this OH group here, then what happened? This is called dideoxynucleotide triphosphate, DDNTP. Instead of OH, if there will be H, then what happened? There will be no questions of phosphodiester bond formation and reaction will be terminated. Reaction further, processive chain elongation will not possible. So here DNA polymerase inhibitors is nalidiazoleic acid, it can work. So option P is correct. Second one is addition of dideoxynucleotide. This one is again correct. Instead of DNTPs, if we will add DDNTPs, then phosphodiester bond formation will not possible. And there is no any relation or correlation between addition of laminin inhibitors and addition of actin inhibitor. So this one, P and Q is correct one. P and Q is correct one. This we can stop DNA replication by addition of DNA polymerase inhibitors like cyclohexamide, or we can stop the DNA replication if we will add DDNTPs instead of DNTPs. So this P and Q is correct one. Now next question. Okazaki fragment is very important and it can synthesize at lagging strain. So again, Okazaki fragments are formed during DNA synthesis because, means why Okazaki DNA fragments form? What are possible reasons? DNA synthesis extend from 5' to 3' direction. Their synthesis are opposite to the direction of replication fork. This is true. DNA synthesis always proceed from 5' to 3' direction. This one is perfectly right. DNA synthesis always proceed from 5' to 3'. Their synthesis are opposite to the direction of replication fork. This one is bit correct. DNA sequence are complementary to each other. So if one will be 5' to 3', then another will be 3' to 5. But discontinuous synthesis occur at leading strand. So opposite to the direction of replication fork is true. DNA ahead of replication fork is positively supercoiled. It's wrong. It's never positively supercoiled. It will be linearized when DNA polymerase moves along with all enzymes. And DNA synthesis is semi-conservative. There is no correlation between the semi-conservative replication and Okazaki DNA fragment. Semi-conservative says that half of the DNA sequences will conserve in each cycle. So I think this one is perfectly right. That DNA synthesis P and Q. DNA synthesis extend from 5' to 3', and their synthesis are opposite to the direction of replication fork, means P and Q. Answer B is perfectly right. Now one more important questions which has been asked in NET twice. Telomerase activity was monitored in the following cell types. The highest amount of telomerase activity was found in the combination of, telomerase is a type of RNA polymerase responsible for synthesis of nucleotides at the terminal end of chromosome without primer. and the activity of TNA telomerase will be more on those cells which has fasted division ability, or which has ability to differentiate into many type of cell, or which can duplicate the cell more faster than another type of cell. More than 250 type of cells are present in vertebrates body, particularly human beings, and that is originate from one particular type of cell, what we call a stem cell. So here we can see embryonic and hematopoietic stem cell. Embryonic stem cell possesses highest ability to divide. One type of embryonic stem cells has ability to even differentiate into all type of cell, what we call pluripotency. This embryonic stem cells has pluripotency. It can transform cell into any type of cell. Another one is hematopoietic. All type of blood cells are basically originated from hematopoietic stem cell. It is sometimes called multipotent cell, possesses highest ability to divide. So embryonic stem cells and hematopoietic stem cell, these must possesses highest activities of telomerase to maintain the genome as such and their transmission. Nerve cells not dividing, muscle cells very weak, sometimes do not divide. Erythrocytes, no nucleus, so no questions of division. Macrophages, once differentiated, it can lose the ability for further division. Hepatocyte and eosinophils, it will be slow differentiate or not differentiate. So answer is embryonic and hematopoietic stem cell, because this possesses highest ability to differentiate and transform into all type of blood cells or all type of cells. Now we have to select the options, various options given here. Telomerase, it's a type of RNA polymerase, and we discussed earlier. Telomerase, there are 4 options, and we have to select combination of option because more than one alternative is correct. P is a ribonucleoprotein. This is true. It's a type of RNA polymerase, and it's a ribonucleoproteins. It's enzyme, so obviously it will be protein, ribonucleoprotein. Q, participate in replication of linear double-strand DNA. This is true. As I said earlier, this telomerase add nucleotides without primer at the end of chromosomes. Is a species specific. This is true. This telomerase is not abundant in all organisms as such. Its number, its concentration, its activity varies from cell to cell. Therefore, it is sometimes called species specific. And last one is absent in somatic cell. This telomerase add nucleotides at the end, and thereafter it can be degraded. So if we want to isolate telomerase from somatic cell, we will not get that. So all option is correct. P, Q, R and S, these all are the features of telomerase enzyme, and this option C, P, Q, R, S is perfectly right. Now come to another topic, what we call DNA damage and repair. I have taken some questions which has been asked in NET examination, UGC, CSIR both. B, induced damage of DNA for formation of pyrimidine dimers are repaired by photolysis. UV means ultraviolet radiation. Induced damage of DNA for formation of pyrimidine dimer means thymine or cytosine are repaired by photolysis. We have to select more than one option is correct, and we have to select more than one option. First one, P is a type of direct repair. It's true. In the presence of blue light, of course, when blue light will be there, then that can act as a signal transducer to express photolysis enzymes. In all eukaryotes, this is not true. This photolysis is basically present in few eukaryotes, absent in eukaryotes. Only in prokaryotes, this is again not true. Photolysis may be present in some prokaryotes and some eukaryotes, not exclusively from prokaryotes. So answer will be Answer will be P and Q is a type of direct repair. Thymine dimer formation is an example of direct, not indirect. Not much protein involved in that. Directly, that sequence are recognized by photolysis, hydrogen bond removed, and incorrect nucleotide excised by DNA polymerase 1 and synthesized newer one. And in presence of only blue light, here it acts as a signal transducer. It can give message to the genes which are present in genome, and that can express the photolysis enzymes. So these two options are correct, these two do not. So answer is P and Q. P and Q is right answer. Next one. During mismatch repair, mismatch means instead of A T pairing, there will be AG pairing or GT pairing, like that. During mismatch repair in E. coli, the parental strand is recognized by mismatch repair. Parental strand is recognized by single strand break, not true. Glycosylated adenine, it's not true. Glycosylated means removal of glycosylated. There is a specific sugar molecules which is added at DNA molecules called glycosylated DNA or glycosylated adenine. Methylated adenines, when methyl group transfer at adenine residue at a particular site, then this is called methylated adenine. And then methylation of 6th position of guanine residue. This is not true. 6 instead of 6th position, either 5 or 7. So methylated adenines is actually recognized. Methylated strand is actually recognized by enzymes, and therefore option C is correct. Now this one is very straightforward question. The number of replicons in typical mammalian cell, means higher eukaryotes. 40 to 200, it's very low, not possible ki replication will be finished within an hour. 400, too low, because genome size is much higher in the case of mammals. 1000 to 2000, very low. 50,000 to 1 lakhs, this one is true. Multiple replicon, multiple replication fork. Therefore, a big genome can be copied or a newly DNA can be synthesized within limited time period or defined time period. If we will calculate addition of nucleotides by DNA polymerase, then it's around 1000 base pair per second. And if we will see length of genome, then it is around 3.2 into 10 to the power 9 or more than that. So it is not possible कि less number of replicons can responsible for synthesis of newer DNA at both strands. So number of replicon, if number of replicon will be more than 50,000, then it can be completed within an hour. Now next question, light repair and dark repair. Two type of repair is there basically. In light repair, exposure of light can activate some enzymes like photolysis, but dark repair, there are a lot of other proteins involved in that, like UVR, A, B, C, RAC protein, recombinational protein has important role in recombinational repair, as well as some of the another proteins. So here question is, dark repair of DNA in UV irradiated cells takes place in several steps. The sequence of a step involved in means we will have to select the sequence of events essential for direct repair of DNA molecules. We can see it on Teletop. Suppose a normal DNA sequence is there here, 5 prime, 3 prime, 5 prime, 3 prime, and if any damage occurs, suppose thymine dimer form, then what sequence of events will occur, or what sequence of event is possible? Here what happened, first exonuclease has to be recognize this site, endo endonuclease has to be recognized this site first, and it can cut the phosphodiester bond. Then another enzyme what we call exonuclease, means 5 prime to 3 prime activity. So here damaged nucleotides should be degraded. Then newer nucleotides synthesized by polymerases and gap is filled by ligase. So here we can see in options, here we can see exonuclease, polymerase. This one is not true. Exonuclease, then there is need of first endonuclease, then exo. So this one is wrong. Polymerase, not directly, polymerase will not work. Endonuclease, exonuclease, polymerase and ligase. This option C here we can see endonuclease, first it will recognize the sequence, then exonuclease remove the damaged nucleotides, polymerase synthesize the nucleotides, and ligase joins the gap. So this one is right answer, C. D, exonuclease, endonuclease, polymerase is wrong, first endonuclease required. Now next one, a very straightforward question. Which of the following proteins is not involved in DNA repair? Either in dark repair or in light repair or in direct repair or in indirect repair or in nucleotide or base excision, whatever, recombinational repair. You know, all these enzymes we can see DNA ligase needed for formation of phosphodiester bond after repairing. Uracil DNA glycosylase, this can be used in the case of mismatch repair. DNA polymerase 1, this can be used for direct repair. This primase is not required because this primase is needed in DNA application. It can synthesize a small RNA molecules in the form of primer, and then DNA polymerase third extend the nucleotide. So answer is primase. This one is correct one, and this is all about of DNA application, DNA damage and repair. In next session we will discuss transcription, post-transcriptional modification, and questions based on UGC CSIR NET. So next session we will discuss another type of fundamental process, transcription, post-transcriptional modification, reverse transcription and gene expression. Thank you.